We are back. It does say back soon. We are back. Back, back, back. Now with 1,000,000% more cruiser. I say 1,000,000.
Unfortunately
That's
for
not
some.
technically right either. It's like an infinite percent.
True.
Oh, I'm gonna wet my whistle anyway.
Oh, lovely. I suppose at least fair enough to all of our drivers not raiding up before the host, and at least it allowed us to get a quick stretch and drink break in before tonight's Tier 1 race around the circuit of the Americas. Scene 2, Silverside Boy pretty satisfied with their qualifying to get in P9 and to get Q3 in their first outing in Tier 1 at least. So that's a good aggregate as well, and Junuvin as well. I believe up in, I believe it was like definitely mid table in Q3. I think it was like P6 that Junuvin got. So
Yeah,
I think
really good
rather
effort.
unknowingly, it was a very strong effort from Junuvin. And I think unknowingly has just raised a few eyebrows and scratched a few heads as to where he should be for next season.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, good showing from all the guys from tier 2 and certainly tier 3. Um, although, well, maybe less so. TJ, bless him, he's in the mud.
Wow, the disrespect.
Yeah, I guess that's just me. Um, oh, so the sun is
Ah,
shining. The countdown has begun. The clock on the Rolex board says around 10 minutes past 2. Is that?
well, I'm just streaming. I'm gonna zoom in on the live stream and see if that is right. And I think you are right. Yes, it is 10 past 2. So a good eye from David Loftus.
Yes, it's an irregular time for a race to start, but never mind. And it is still
Yeah,
10 past 2. As the drivers get away on their formation lap, we're going to have a quick rundown of the grid just so everyone remembers what we're at. Before I start that, I just want to say a big thank you to Ravel_PL for the follow. Much appreciated, buddy. You'll have a couple of follow emotes to use at your leisure, so thank you very much. Um, so, the grid rundown from the back of the grid. P18 is TS9 tonight in the Red Bull. He will be starting on the hard tyres, as I'll bring up the tyre graphic. P17, a disappointing qualifying from the man from the south of England, Collaterals. Technically the south east, but yeah, whatever, who cares. Collaterals with the hard tyres as well. TJ in the first of the Haas's starting on the hards as well. He's P16. Colin, who had an unfortunate incident in qualifying, is starting P15, also on the hards. Monkey Boy Kurt P14 on the mediums. P13 is Lexus opting for the soft tyres. It's an interesting strategy call. We saw Reese try that yesterday. It really didn't work out. The tyres really lasted maybe 3 or 4 laps before they went off. Let's see if Lexus can make a good start here. Arbon in P12 on the hards. Diamond is in P11, the first of the McLarens, and of course right next to each other. And in P10 is a Drobel. You want to go through the top 9 relatively quickly. Sorry about that.
That's no worries at all. P9 in his first outing in Tier 1 and getting into Q3 is Silverside Boy. And Troy mentioned to Nigel Pedro saying that Locker gets bullied by the commentary team, and now he gets bullied by myself. So rather unfortunate for you, Nigel. But thankfully, I'm not in a Tier 2 race. P8 is Object Furnace's AMS drive has been disqualified from formation lap, as well as Junuvane. Henkes P7 and Junivane also in P6. P5 is the Ferrari of Norco, and in the front 2 rows we've got locked out by the Mercedes of Ali Ferrari and Brookieman, and on the front row this evening it's the Alpha Tauris of Ads, and AMS Drive, as his name suggests, is on pole.
Yep, as we get ready to go, as there's 5 red lights, and away they go. There was a little bit of lag, or everyone got a really shit start. But yeah, there you see it. AMS Drive getting mugged off the line because of that poor grid slot. And we're going to hop on board with Ads now, who's in the lead. Brookie Min going side by side with AMS Drive. And AMS Drive comes out on top. We'll have a look further back. It's been a bit of a disaster start for Drobel. He's dropped down a position. Let's see who's got a good start then. It's like Collateral Ads with the host advantage, going up 5 places initially as we come towards the end of Sector 1.
Lexus
Lexus has
dropped it into Sector 1.
Oh, Lexus has binned it, and that has brought out a virtual safety car. Oh, the Delta's nearly screwed a lot of them towards the pack. Oh dear, I saw TS9 coming around that corner and the cars in front had just stopped. I saw something horrendous happening that thankfully has been avoided. And yeah, just the VSC then for that. That is not going to save you. That is not going to save you the fuel that you need if you have underfueled. Let's have a look. We've got also going up Diamond Douchey going up 3 positions. He's now in front of Silverside Boy. I think we're getting towards the end of this VSC. Monkey Boy making a good start as well. He's up 1 position. We are getting going again. And no drive-through penalties, so good work from the guys in Tier 1. And away we go for some more racing. Let's hop back to the tyre graphic. So yeah, unfortunately the sole soft runner, we don't get to see how well he's gonna do. Big hi to Jake in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. Am I dodgy today? Am I, David? Are you dodgy? I'm dodgy every day, mate. And how are? Well, you've asked me how I am today. So Cruiser, Jake wants to know how you are today.
I'm doing very well, but I'm just watching this fight here between Silverside Boy, Drobel, and Diamond. A very rare scenario here in an open lobby. Oh, Diamond's been tapped, I think, by Silverside Boy going in towards turn 12. And Drobel emerges from that unscathed. Silverside Boy back up into 9th and Henkes. As Rada said, thank you very much. I'll gain a place in all that as well. And Diamond having that fight with Silverside Boy. And Collateral Ads has dropped it as well at turn 13. He's just not liking this section of the track at all.
Yeah, not going well for Collateral Ads. I'm not sure if that was of his own accord or whether there was potential contact with his teammate. I wasn't looking at the difference between the two teams as these front 3 now trading fastest lap. Ali Ferrari does go fastest as there's yellows in sector 3. Collateral Ads are spun yet again, I believe, and on the hard tyres that is not what you want to be doing early on in the race. So we are on lap 3 then. DRS is enabled this lap, and we'll see maybe the first attempt for the lead as AMS Drive is within a second to his teammate. I suspect there will be no team orders, but at the same time a lot of respect shown between these two. They know they need to build that gap, especially with the 2 Mercedes boys right behind, although on differing strategies from another. Have a look at Junuvane potentially going up the inside of Brookie. on the medium tyres. Will Brookie stay on the inside for the next turn? Yes, he does. Space is given. That's fantastic racing from these two. They're still side by side. And Brookie gets hung out to dry. Will he try the switchback? He does around the outside. Maybe at turn 17. It's going to be very tricky. And he has to pull out in the end. And Juno Vane up into P4 then. What a move. Oh, Brookie, no! And hopefully everyone avoids him. He's not on the racing line anymore. So there he goes. Oh, Brookie, what have you done in maybe that wider line, putting extra load on those tyres? And maybe he went to turn left for turn 18 and the car just said nope and spun around on him. Very unlucky there for the Mercedes man. And he's going to be now at the back with 2.5 seconds to catch up to Diamond Douchey. Let's have a look who's fighting who as TS9 picks up the first time penalty of the day. A little bit disappointing for him. It definitely took longer last night for him to pick up the first penalty. Let's have a look at more teammates. We've got Nocco behind Object Fungus. No team orders here, but the only thing to fight for these two is securing that P2 for Nocco he got in the Drivers' Championship, as Object obviously choosing not to overtake his partner, but he has been lunged into turn 15, 14 by Drobel. He has managed to send him out wide and keep the position later on in the lap, opting to choose the rear view angle from Nocco, and I think that worked pretty well. It was a pretty good view of the action. So Object Fungus now the rear gunner for Nocco he got, but Nocco needs to make some headways here. He's 3 seconds down the road from Juno Vane, who's having an absolute corker on those medium tyres.
Yeah, Juno Vane definitely a standout performer so far in this race, and the top two as well, both of the AlphaTauris doing what they have to do. But just a touch back as well on the Ferraris here, as TS9 went away with Tidjum for P13, and I think Tidjum is just getting the better of that exchange, and Diamond getting past too. These three at the back having a terrific fight here for P13. Both Tier 2 and Tidjum getting a penalty as well and all that. The Tier 3 champion and got TS9 also in Tier 3 and Tidjum as well. The Tier 2 driver having to defend hard against both of the Tier 3s right behind him. And as well, like I was going to talk about for the Ferraris, you did expect Nocco to be playing team games here for his team. Well, you did expect Nocco and Object to be playing team games here, playing that rear gunner role. And Drobel, despite the DRS, is really struggling to get past Object in towards turn 12. But Nocco himself runs very wide. He's not doing himself any favours here. Despite giving the DRS advantage to Object to help defend against Drobel, Nocco is also burning up a lot of that ERS just to keep ahead of his teammate.
Yeah, it's not going. It's the game plan's not going great for Nocco, but Object is doing what he can for his teammate. Some great defensive driving. Will also hop further up the grid. We'll see that these two at the front still fighting away. AMS Drive has used a substantially more of his ERS than his teammate behind. So AMS obviously has retaken the lead over that last lap. Oh, Ali, we caught him catching a little moment there in the middle of the S's. That's some great car control from Ali Ferrari. It's hot back. Juno Vane in a world all by himself. He's pulled another half a second on Nocco. Nocco really needs to get that finger out, as Object has pulled a 1.1 second to Drobel, and Drobel is not going to get DRS down this back straight. And importantly, I believe, yes, Object is. So that might enable the gap to go higher. We'll have a look further down. Henker's getting past Silverside Boy. Silverside Boy trying to hang it round the outside, and he's still got the line. He's still got the inside. It looks like there might have been some contact there into the braking zone, and they're still side by side. Is he going to go for the switch back here? Nope. He cannot quite get the move done, the reverse move done, so Henkers goes ahead of Silverside Boy. Some really good battling there between these drivers in Tier 1 and obviously people in their respective tiers as well. Dushi has managed to pull away very nicely from TJ and TS9. Brookie also managing to get past them, although he is currently dragging TJ along a little bit. We'll see how that plays out in time, whether or not TJ can stick with the Mercedes driver. Jake's in the chat asking where's Gary. Well, here's Gary. He's currently P9. Yeah, Gary, we wanted to give him a chance to race with Tier 1. It's for the benefit of the head recruitment, who of course takes a look at the tiers for each season. Silverside Boy then keeping to the back of Henkers. Behind him is Monkey Boy, who had a pretty solid start but unable to make any headway soon after that. As this battle between Drobel and Object goes on, and Object once again hanging Drobel out to dry. Drobel he can't get past. Object parks it on the apex. This is real Alonso in Hungary 2021 vibes I'm getting here from Object Fungus. I don't know if you're watching this at all, Cruiser, but this is a hell of a job he's doing for his teammate right now.
Honestly, I think you could just go on this battle for the race alone. Drobel getting ever more frustrated behind the Ferrari of Object Fungus. Of course, Object already has the championship sewn up and wants to help Norco secure second place in the standings, and he's doing everything in his power. And as well, I think they might have actually forgot about this, Object starting on the hard compound tyres while Drobel started on the medium compound tyres. So Drobel also struggling to get past Object. He's burning up his tyres a lot faster than what Object is, and when Drobel's tyres do start to eventually fall away, there'll be even more frustration for the McLaren, who just can't seem to have that final answer going down this back straight. But I think now this might be his chance. It's a bad exit though onto towards this back straight. That'll give Object a bit more breathing room, and Drobel doesn't have any ERS to help him. He's trying to get rid of as much as he can down this back straight. He's gaining on the Ferrari, but again he's just too far back. He just doesn't have the answer. But this is really where he's got his best chance in towards the stadium section, but he's just not close enough on this lap. And Object, as you mentioned, an absolutely lion defence here, so to say. Obviously touching on Fernando Alonso at Hungary, defending against Lewis Hamilton this time. Object Fungus defending against Drobel, doing everything he can for his teammate Norco, who's now 3 seconds up the road from this fight for P7.
Yeah, Nocco has managed to pull his act together, and he's reeling in Genuvain while pulling away from Object and Drobel this fight for P6 at the moment. So Nocco's got to get his head down and carry on. Meanwhile, Ali Ferrari is nearly caught up to the AlphaTauris in the front, and he's pretty clean through Sector 1 at the moment, so he should be able to get the DRS down this back straight, as Ads looks like he has struggled through Sector 1 a little bit there. Ali making up nearly half a second, and he's going to get the DRS down this back straight, and we'll see what his straight line speed is like. It's possibly a poor exit from Ali. He's very late to get on the throttle out of the corner, and we see that gap to Ads in front go up, and I actually think that he's quite possibly in trouble. He might be running higher wings than Ads one in front, And
Drobel now making the move on object for P6. To the
oh, what
inside
is
goes the
that? What
McLaren,
is
and
that?
an object hangs it around the outside into the inside for turn 13. Drobel throwing everything he can here, but Object Fungus getting the elbows out, slamming the door in the face of the McLaren. And it's almost like he's taunting Drobel, saying, "You can't pass me." He just doesn't have the answer going in towards turn 12. And got a yellow
Oh, Monkey Boy's
flag
out.
in sector 3. Oh no,
Oh
Monkey!
no!
And I think he's
He's
might
been
have had a collision
collected.
with Arbon, who's without his front wing.
And that's a full course safety car. And I don't know about you, but I've been wanting to add to this for quite a while, so I'm going to put that down to a turn 17 spin.
And as well, I'm going to mention this real quickly too. We're seeing Diamond diving into the pits here, along with Tejim, and I'd imagine that's the change of tyres. And these medium compound tyre runners, this is going to play right into their hands here. And Drobel, despite being taunted by Object Fungus, now finds himself with the better hand dealt to him, as opposed to the Ferrari, who's still on those hard compound tyres. So Object, he's got no choice here. He has to go longer under a safety car, while Drobel and Henkes and Silverside Boy behind, they can all make their pit stop as well as the top 5 in front.
Yeah, so not ideal from Object. That means he's going to have to go very long as he's... collateral ads. He's not having the fun of it. He's picked up a drive-through and he's just got a 5 second for speeding through the pit lane. He's onto the medium tyres and they won't do the 18 laps required, I don't think. So I think Collateral Ads is in some trouble. Let's hop on to the intermission screen where, unfortunately, we've still got a picture of me and Gary because, alas, I don't have one of me and Cruiser because Cruiser lives up north.
Yeah, and I don't really show my face too much on social media, but as well, I'm gonna mention this real quickly too. AMS Drive and Ads 1, as we like to call them, in FPRL, it was going so well for them here, but Ads needs to stack to let AMS Drive make his pit stop, and Ali Ferrari, who was right behind the Ads before the pit stops, now finds himself ahead of one of the Alpha Tauris too.
Yeah, and that's not ideal for these guys, and well, we'll see how it plays out. It might just eventually even itself, but we see the drivers now coming out of the pits. A few drivers opting to take the medium tyres, so notably Object Fungus and Brookie Min taking the mediums as well as Collateral Ads, and they're going to struggle to get those to the end. We've seen Objects do some pretty miraculous things with those medium tyres, some horrendous Herculean stints, and I think to take these tyres 50% further than they should go, that's a hell of a big ask for the man in the red jumpsuit. So while we're on the safety car, hi. Technically, I want to address something that you said earlier. And you said you don't show your face much on socials. Technically, in this photo,
I know exactly where this is going. Do not mention that. I know exactly where this is going, by the way, and this isn't even your doing. You know who you are in this race. I know you've got the stream on, and whatever David was going to mention, I know you're cackling to yourself right now. Cough, cough, Silverside Boy.
he's technically showing half of his face, and I'm also showing half of my face. So, yeah. I mean, that's what I was going to say. I wasn't going to say anything else, unless
No.
We'll show a
I
picture
knew
of your
exactly
dog.
where you were going with that. Well,
Up the dog. What's the dog's name? You have to tell us, of course. You can make one up. Nobody gonna bloody know.
Yeah. Anyway, C Davies is in the pits now going.
Yep.
Well, like I said, though, C Davies in the pits for medium tyres that will try and get him to the end of the race. But as well, Object and Brookieman, these two started on a set of hards, but they've went onto a set of mediums also. So they're not getting rid of this chance to pit on the safety car. But TS9 as well. He did start this race on the hards, but has not made that pit stop. Now finds himself up in sixth place, and Drobo has got the jump on Object Fungus and Henkes in the pit stops too.
Yeah, not ideal strategy from for the guys who started on hards. TS9 obviously went the way that no other hard runner went, as we see a load of people on the fresh mediums. I suppose the game plan for Object Fungus at the moment is to gain positions as quickly as possible and catch back up to his teammate and carry on potentially with his heroic defence. Importantly, at the restart there is a driver between Nocco and Drobel, and that is TS9 of course. He is on the older hard tyres as the safety car does come in this lap. We'll come off of that intermission screen, so let's show. Ooh, Drobel nearly spinning it. A la collateral ads as AMS Drive. It's I've never seen this before. A front two battle between AMS Drive and Ali Ferrari. It's deja vu from season 3, as these drivers know each other very well. There's plenty of respect between them both, and we'll wait for AMS Drive to go. And he's going just before the final corner. Has he caught Ali Ferrari out? It doesn't look so. Gained a little bit of time as TS9 I think went a little bit wide there, and he's been overtaken straight away by Drobel, and that is not what Nocco he got wanted. Henkes has also got past TS9. TS9 I think he's being a very nice man by...
Yeah, I think he's just keeping out the way of everyone.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Keeping out of the way of everyone apart from Collateral Ads, who's believe has... I really hope he served his... did he serve... Yes, he did serve his drive-through there. Ooh, that can sometimes be a bit risky, serving a drive-through at the end of a safety car. You need to wait until the flags have gone green before you enter the pit lane. Jake's in the chat calling you out for calling Colin C. Davies 17. I know it's his gamer tag, but it's Colin. It is Colin. He's down in P14. Silverside Boy and Diamond Douchey going side by side. Now this must be pretty awkward for Silverside Boy, because he's racing against a car in his own team. So, which is why it's messy having cars not in their team. But never mind. I expect to see nothing untoward happen with regards to that. And these guys are fighting hard, and Gary has the position at the moment. There was another pass then, so we have Object Fungus now right on the back of Drobel, who's hanging on to Object's teammate Nocco. I think thankfully being saved a little bit at the moment by the fact that he's very close to Juno. Needs to be a little bit careful through the slower corners, make sure that there's no lunge incoming from behind. But right now we've got Object Fungus on the fresh mediums, and he's just going to have to go for it. And he's dodging and diving. He's trying to put Drobel off. And I think he knows what's going to happen here. If it doesn't happen now, it could very well happen with the DRS next lap. It looks like he's not got the straight line speed that Drobel has. Drobel looking very good on ERS at the moment. Nocco not being able to overtake Junu Vane there. So Junu Vane continues to have a fantastic race as we've got Arbon and TJ going side by side as Bidley has come online just to put me off completely. TJ looks like he's letting the tier 1 guys go, not wanting to cost them too much time in their race for points. So AMS Drive crosses the line, sets the fastest lap of the race at 1:37.4 as TJ picks up another 3-second penalty, and Collateral Ads.
It's just not been their day, has it?
Yeah, but you do know what's coming.
And +1 to the turn 17 counter.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as many as I thought. Not as many as I thought, but never mind indeed. Right, so DRS now enabled for this lap. Let's have a look to see what happens further down. Object Fungus right on the back of Drobel. It's the closest battle we've got on the track, and it doesn't look like Object's got an answer for Drobel in a straight line as Nocco is fighting with Junu Vane. They go side by side through this section, and Nocco's not got the pace, but Drobel is looking to overtake. He's forcing him to the outside, is Nocco, but he's going to have the inside for the triple left-hander, right-hander, right-hander, and Drobel has to pull out, and that has really pulled Object Fungus right to the back of Drobel. Drobel goes a little bit wide. Object thought about going up the inside into the last corner, but doesn't make the move. Some great racing here from Tier 1. Brookie Min, meanwhile, is right back in it. He's in P8 at the moment. He's on the medium tyres as Object tries to go around the outside of Drobel, and he gets past, and that's also let Brookie pass. Nightmare then for Drobel. He's found himself losing 2 positions where he was just looking to gain 1. Nocco's still unable to get past Junu Vane. And now Object goes back to Operation Get Behind the Rear Diffuser of your teammate. Very imaginatively named. And maybe I could have called it something like Operation You Shall Not Pass. Or Operation Gandalf. That'll do.
I was just about to say Operation Gandalf, Operation Rear Gunner for Object Fungus, and Drobel, a bit of an opportunistic move, trying to get past Nocco while he was tussling with Junu Vane. So I'm still going to stand by this. It's been an absolute standout race for the Williams. Nocco getting caught up in that fight. Drobel tried to go around the outside at around turn 16, but just got forced a little bit wide, overheated his tyres going round the horseshoe, and that allowed Object Fungus and Brookieman on the fresher, well, I would say the fresher compound of tyres, let alone the fresher set of tyres. These two, of course, running the medium tyres after the pit stops. Drobel still on the hards, so he knows he's got the advantage towards the later stages of the race. But now, as opposed to just being staring at the back of Object Fungus, it's now staring at the back of Object Fungus and Brookieman, who decides he wants to have a go into turn 1, but Object Fungus is aware to it, as we are on lap 17 of 28 here in Austin, Texas. 12 laps left to go, and as you were up at the front, AMS Drive still leads the field, but Ali Ferrari right behind him. And of course, as you said, at the safety car restart, these two, no strangers to each other, of course, from the prior campaign, renewing that rivalry here at the Circuit of the Americas.
Yeah, they always seem to find a way to get close to each other on track. I believe we had them fighting at the rear end of the points not too long ago. But tonight, here they are, where they might argue they should be. And Ali Ferrari has the DRS, but he's unable to make it count. He's very, very close into the braking zone there. And trying to put off AMS Drive. As we look further back, and Operation Gandalf is a go-go. He's now holding off Brookie Min. Of course, this is now a slightly different beast than before. Before, Nocco had the faster compound of tyres, so that he was able to pull away from his teammate. But now the drivers behind on, for the moment, on the fresher and the faster compound, as TJ has binned it at turn 17. And there's the safety car. Oh, yikes. Oh, yikes. This changes everything. If you've picked anything but the softest, you can definitely pit for another set of mediums right now. And
dare I say, this actually helps TS9 of all people.
Is that Arbon in the pits retiring?
Yeah, Arbon retiring in the pit lane, and TS9 of all people, this actually benefits him the most here. He's going to have the fresher tyres towards the later stages of the race. But now, what do these drivers do? We've got, I believe that'll be 11 laps at the checkered flag, or 10 laps even, when we get behind the safety car. Do these drivers risk it and go on a set of softs to the end? I don't think those softs can go to the end. I don't think they can go to the end.
Yeah, softs not a chance.
There's always one that would risk it. Don't know if it would work out in the end. But this is a real conundrum now for everyone in the field. What do you do? 10 laps left. Do you make a pit stop, or do you try and weather the storm and go to the end?
Yeah, of course, it's almost a no-brainer for the medium runners. However, Object isn't interested in the race win today. He's got a job to do, and that job is to protect his teammate. So I suspect we might not see him come out. He is allowing a gap to form in front of him. That makes me think that they could both be looking to dive into the pits. Ali Ferrari has just done the, well, if you're not going in, I am. So Ali Ferrari pits, Ads pits, Nocco pits. Junu carries on, Object pits as well, and that is why they opted, that is why Object was trying to gain a bit of a gap. And there's a very, very small wait there for Object Fungus, but good work from the Ferrari guys. However, look who's
got ahead of him again.
Look who's in front once again. Drobel's thinking, not this fucking guy. There you go. Plenty of drivers opting to go onto the new mediums. David with a fantastic strategy call as always. And so obviously not pitting is Colin. Colin is on the medium tyres, and that's what really stands out. I think he's going to struggle. Although this safety car period will help him try to get those to the end, he's going to be really struggling towards the rear end of this race, and I think Diamond could be licking his lips just a little bit. He could be looking at a very good finish today, but of course there are plenty of drivers behind. Fresh mediums. And wouldn't you know, Cruiser? Wouldn't you know?
Right, when I said, will these drivers risk it, potentially go on softs, I didn't mean for it to be Silverside Boy, but suppose he will then make the claim that I'm his race engineer. No, I'm not this evening, Gary. I am a commentator. That role's reserved for tier 2 races, as I'm your race engineer.
To be fair, he's hearing you in his ear and he's thinking, okay, Cruiser, I'll pit for softs.
I said, could the softs go to the end? Not they will.
They certainly will not. If Gary has a few brain cells, he might opt to jump in onto the mediums.
What we've done here is we've replicated a Ferrari strategy in Aston Martin colours. That's what we've done, and yeah, thank you. Common sense prevails.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna nip off very, very quickly. So give me a sec and I'll leave you spectating the current leader.
So we say, boy, going onto a set of hards. So he's going to go back onto the same set of hard compound tyres that he had before the safety car window. Nothing really more to say, but I think I'll have a quick gloss over the penalties real quick and see that we don't have many in this race. Of course, Collateral Ads down at the back on 6 seconds of time penalties, TS9 on 3 seconds of time penalties down in P12. And let's not forget FP Racing League has the polite quote of "sod off pedal," which has been duplicated in the Twitch chat. But Diamond as well, up in 4th place. A quiet race for the McLaren call-up. And Tier 3 champion, they can hope to make his claim in Tier 1, also on 3 seconds of time penalties, but is still up in 4th place. So we will have, I believe, if my maths is correct, it will be 9 laps of racing to the checkered flag, as David has returned, I believe, just for the start of the safety car restart if Collateral Ads catches up quickly enough. It's going to be a late call, and I think we're just going to get away with it.
Yeah, it's always a little bit touch and go. I kind of thought it wouldn't be too late for them to call the safety car in, but I rushed. Oh, for fuck's sake! Never mind. A late call is what we have. AMS Drive will get us underway once again. Junu Vane right behind him, making the risky strat. He's going to hope that these guys behind manage to keep these fresh medium runners at bay, at least for a good few laps to give them time to get away. AMS Drive has gone. Junu Vane's gone winning. Colin is not far behind, as well as Diamond. And Ali Ferrari's gone up the inside of Diamond straight away into turn 1. Ads also following him through. So Ads will not let Ali get away that easy, as Junu picks up a 3-second penalty. Yikes, that is not going to be great for his race. Noko has got past Diamond Douchey, who's now in front of his teammate for tonight, and it looked like he was gonna try and defend, and he's blocked his own teammate. What are you doing, Diamond? No! Oh, it's shocking. It's shocking, Cruiser. Diamond, what are you doing?
Not exactly what Jobo wanted, but he's dropped past Diamond regardless, and now it's Diamond's turn to play rear gunner to his teammate, and no better driver to do it against than the Tier 1 champion. Of course, these two actually run for the same constructors team, that being the Ferrari boys.
Oh, what a send!
So much for Operation Gandalf. It's Operation Top Gun for Object Fungus. Full send to the inside, swoops past Diamond, and is now up into 8th place. And he's said to Drobo, "You're not getting away from me that easily, and I still have a job to do." But Drobo knows he's also got a job to do. He's got to finish ahead of Noko to keep this fight for 2nd place very much as close as it can get. But Noko right behind C. Davies or Colin, whatever, I'll just call him Colin for the remainder of the evening. This was turn 1. Colin defending very well against Noko, and Drobo just hanging back. I think he's waiting for the DRS to be activated next lap. And Junu Vane picking up that time penalty, but I'd say he's rather holding up Ali Ferrari here on those fresh medium tyres. He's not getting a bit frustrated here.
Yeah, he's still doing pretty well. He is within the 1 second to AMS Drive, who is definitely no slouch. And we might see Ali Ferrari make a move up into this corner here, and yes, we do. Looks like there was a little bit of contact there, and Ads is going to get the drive on the exit of the corner. Ads gets ahead, and I'm going to keep on board with Junu Vane here, who's going to see this coming into the next corner. Junu, no heroics, please. Ali tries to hang it around the outside, but Ads gets the move done. Noko has made it past Colin, has he? No. But he's going to try around the outside. He's going to have the inside for this corner here at 16. He's going to get away with it. And, importantly, Drobel doesn't get past Colin. So, oh, Colin's gone round. And Drobel's had to avoid him. Was that Diamond? Diamond had to avoid him. Oh, Colin, no. Colin to the back of the grid. Chalk one up for the turn 17 counter, which I have apparently screwed up a little bit. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, absolute disaster there for Drobel. Now he's found himself in the same position that he was in before the second pit stop window, with Brookieman now ahead of him, and Object ahead of both of them too. And Noto now, once again, is now all over the back of Junu Vane, but Ali Ferrari too, getting past the Williams just a lap ago, getting all out of shape at the exit of turn 11, and Ads has just said, thank you very much, I'll get past the pair of you. And it's now, as we were at the start of this race, it's an Alpha Tauri 1-2, and Ads now can play rear gunner to his teammate.
Yep, of course, but this battle will depend on AMS Drive also doing a job for his teammate. So that defense from Ali Ferrari for Ads is gonna really depend on him keeping DRS, I would suspect. It won't be too hard at the moment. AMS Drive on 12 lap old hard tyres and Ads on 4 lap old mediums. Meanwhile, Noko is still being chased very close behind as Collateral Ads has spun
back
and
I
binned
think
it.
Took out C. Davies with him.
Oh no! Oh. And fortunately, there has.
That's a safety car.
I was about to say, fortunately, there's been no safety car.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Oh, can I?
Well, I think now it is a no-brainer to make the pit stop.
Oh, this has changed everything. If you've got a time penalty right now, you're screwed. I'm going to count that as a double, even though we suspect there was only one driver spinning out there.
Yeah, I think that might have been C. Davies spinning it, and Collateral Ads. Either way, both of them an innocent passenger in one situation or another. And now we've got 12 runners left in this race, and it's going to be, I believe, a 2-lap dash to the line.
Ugh, honestly. 2 lap or could be 1 lap. Depends. It could be 3 laps even. There's 5 laps to go at the moment. Or 4.5 technically, I suppose. These drivers got to be careful, make sure they keep the deltas down, and let's have a look to see who this is monumentally screwing. There's only 4 drivers with penalties, which is absolutely, if you ask me, absolutely crazy. TS9 picking up 9 seconds, which is more than he did last night, to be honest. So he's not had a great race tonight as TS9. He still found himself just outside the points, which is definitely commendable, and he is still in front of Silverside Boy. I'm sure these two will have the license to race, as we'll see who pits then. Not many pitters. So Douchey's pitted, TS9's pitted, and Silverside Boy have all pitted. And to be honest, you're at the back, it's a bloody no-brainer. So AMS Drive obviously opting to keep the track position with these 14-lap old hards. And we'll see how that one works out. We've got 3 drivers now on the softs. Diamond Douchey, Henkers in front of him, still on the mediums. So we got, yeah, Diamond, TS9 and Silverside Boy on the soft compound tyres, which, I mean, if you're Silverside Boy and your tyres are 1 lap old, You're not going this fast around the circuit. You are saving those tyres. So stop going so fast, Gary. They will die by the end of the race if you drive like that. And that is no exaggeration. AMS Drive giving Bert Mylander the old hurry up. Obviously going too slow for for his liking. Of course, the safety car does have to allow other cars to catch up in a safe manner, and that means not going full pelt, Gary. Never mind. So Diamond Douchey has caught up to the back. We got TS9 also catching up to the back, and Silverside Boy now here as well. I suspect we could very well see a late call once again for the safety car to come in.
It doesn't look like it. We're going to have one more lap under the safety car, so we will, I believe, have 2 laps of racing to the end of this, well, the United States Grand Prix.
Yep, so that means no DRS for the remainder of this race. It's purely on ERS and engine power that you've got to make your moves. A little bit of added slipstream, I'm sure, but it could make for some very close racing towards the end. Jake telling me to sod off, which I think is a little bit rude. I mean, I would time him out, but he's all right.
It could be worth it. It could be worthy of a timeout. Just saying.
He's all right, Jake. Everyone gets one, as they say. So.
And he's used that one very well. But I mean, just what I've mentioned this real quickly too, is that everyone outside of Tier 1 actually has made that pit stop under the safety car. So I'm wondering if you're in Diamond shoes, or even Silverside Boy shoes, or even for the fact TS9 shoes. Do you just forget what tier you're racing with and just go for it, or do you want to try and keep out the way, considering this isn't really your fight?
I mean, I don't know. It's a moral dilemma. Obviously, if you fight, you make sure you have to be clean as a whistle. Janu Vane is kind of... He had to commit to his strategies on 15-lap-old hard tyres. And, yeah, he definitely had to commit to his strategy. And he's... well, we'll see how it works out in the end. I still think he's had a fantastic race, Janu. He's almost been screwed over by these late safety cars. But, yeah, doing fantastically, the man from Tier 2. And there you have it. That's the safety car in this lap at the start of Sector 3 then. We're going to have 2 laps of racing, as Cruiser mentioned. And the real battle is going to be between these front 3, I'm sure. Nocco might be able to squeeze in to the likes of that. Well, let's keep an eye on AMS Drive and see when he goes. He has a habit of going just before the final corner. Could he take it longer? I suspect not. No, there you go. Once again, just before the last corner, and Ads has followed him through, as has Ali Ferrari, but Nocco's been caught a little bit by surprise there. That's a poor safety car restart from the Ferrari driver. Janu Vane had a good restart himself. He's managed to hold off the drivers on the mediums behind him for the moment. Let's have a look at the soft runners towards the back. Diamond was looking very fighty there with Henkers. No contact made by the looks of things, but yet he's looking very, 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 very fighty towards the end. You can see how much better grip he's got. Coming out the corner, will he go for the lunge into the braking zone? Yes, he does. He narrowly avoids the rear of his teammate, and he's up into P9. Let's have a look at Ali Ferrari, who's going for a move on Ads into turn whatever it is, and he's going to make that move done unless Ads goes to the switchback, and he doesn't have an answer for Ali Ferrari's move there. So that's a good move there from the Mercedes driver. And let's have a look. Oh, Gary tried to do a TS9 to TS9, but he's having none of it. Good defending there from TS9, good reading. And the Silverside boy has stayed behind. Let's jump back up as we're coming onto the final lap. And AMS Drive will lead the way. Ali Ferrari just less than half a second behind. Adds less than half a second behind him. Noco's dropped back a bit, but still in P4. Junuvain in P5. Object Fungus, I think, is going to look to overtake Junu and then call it a day. Brookymin having a good recovery. He's up into P7 at the moment. He might be looking to try and get another couple of points towards the end, but Drobel's picked himself a 3-second penalty, and that is disaster for the McLaren driver. Not what you want to see. His teammate has got past him, and wow, yeah, that is really killed this race off for Drobel. Object Fungus.
Object sends it in towards Junuvain.
And that looks like it's hurting more than anything else. Brookymin looked like he might have had the drive off the corner. Object Fungus is taking the defensive line. Brookymin, oh, he's moved over just before the braking zone, but there's a Junuvain there. Oh, Junu, that was not ideal.
At the front, though, they're trotting here, David, real quick. Ali Ferrari and AMS Drive in the final lap. The final sector, Ali launching an all-out assault on AMS Drive, and he gets the move done just at the end before the horseshoe. Ali Ferrari finally gets past the AMS Drive, and what a time to do it with just 2 laps left to go. Ali Ferrari's in around the final corner, and Ads has dropped it too. Double disaster for AlphaTauri, and it's going to be delight here for Ali Ferrari, who wins at the Circuit of the Americas. The spirit of Jarno Opmeer, a last lap lunge to get past AMS Drive. What an ending to that race that was.
Oh, oh, what an ending! What an ending! I didn't see that coming at all. I thought the lead was over and done with. Oh, it just feels so bad for Ads. Right at the horseshoe on the last second. I mean, I am going to have to update the counter, but it's against my better wishes. Oh, I feel so bad for him. He had such a fantastic race, and to lose it in the way that he has, it's not ideal. And out of nowhere, the winner is Ali Ferrari then, celebrating on the podium with his not so bitter rival AMS Drive, picking up 3rd position then, really benefiting from that spin of Ads. Noko he got strengthens his fight for P2 in the championship by picking up a podium today. I'm not quite sure where AMS Drive is in the championship, to be fair. So I'm going to pull that up now and say let's put it this way, it's not the worst thing in the world. So yeah, Noko, oh my god, just looking at this, I don't know if you can see the standings, Cruiser, at all. But yeah, the standings in Tier 1 look a little bit skewed towards one driver. Oh, right. Oh. Okay, then.
Just about recovered from the end of that race. Oh my. Oh, this will be an interesting post-race interview, I must be said. And wow.
Yeah, I'll be interested to hear firsthand from the front two. Maybe talk us through that final lap.
Yeah, I
That
just need
was
to get the
someone else.
invites. You get the invites sent out very quickly. So it'll be Ali Ferrari, AMS Drive, and Noto from seemingly out of nowhere is going to take third place today. And I think that really just rather compounds what a terrible race that was for the McLaren of Drobel. It just nothing seemed to go right for him.
Yeah, absolutely. As apparently apparently Twitch has decided to start filtering um, swear words, so I've got to approve them. I'll try and turn that off. Unfortunately, it's made TS9 look a bit like a dickhead because he said the same thing twice. Once with the word stuffed and once with the word fucked.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we do have our.
Can I just say something quickly?
Oh, here we go.
You can.
Is it possible that
God.
you do that you interview me first because I don't have much time? I need to go off and sleep. I got school tomorrow.
Oh, fair enough.
Wow. Fair enough, right. I think we'll make an exception
Thank you.
for the one time.
Yeah. So, right, Cruiser, do you want to take it away?
Very well. Well, Ali Ferrari, you said in qualifying nothing seemed to go your way. You didn't think you had the pace today. But on the final lap, your final chance to get past and take the victory, my goodness, you seized that opportunity. And exactly that. I think it's fair to say, you stole one from AMS Drive.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've never had as much fun in an FPRL race as much as this one because I got to challenge my favorite rival for the win this time. And also, although I don't think there's a chance that I might not keep the win because I feel like my race wasn't the cleanest. I might have pushed ads a bit too wide on that corner before the back straight. So yeah, it did. I think half of his car got on the curb, so that's why I was able to get the exit. But other than that, the race was fun, and yeah, I made the right call to pit for mediums on that second safety car, and yeah, I just had the pace, of course, and that's how I got it.
I do respect the honesty as well for saying about that move on FRA ads, but it can't deny though it was definitely one Jarno Opmeer inspired overtake, and I'm guessing that was a bit of how's the word I'm looking for? A bit of a carbon copy just on the final lap. Just talk us through what was going through your head at that moment.
I didn't want to do anything risky, so I just went for switchback. I knew I would have had better exits than him because of the tire advantage, of course. Although, to be fair, I still don't understand how he had that pace on these old hards, being almost the same pace as me on that final lap. I had the advantage with the slipstream. That's how I pulled so close to him.
And I think just one more question as usual. On to next week's race in Mexico. Just any comment? I think if I'm correct, it is a track that you did enjoy in season 3, but of course, with the new handling model in this game, do you think it's going to be one that's still I would say one of your preferred tracks, or is it one that you really just don't gel with at all?
I think if there's one track that after USA that I could get a win on, it would be Mexico. I really do like that track, especially the S section, where on F1 2021 I was able to take it flat, even in the qualifying, I remember. But yeah, it is definitely a track that I absolutely love. Not one of my best, but I do love it. So I'd say I do expect some good results from myself there. Hopefully just not a DNF.
And there you have it, a race winner this evening, Ali Ferrari, who did say he brought out those straight to bed, and I'd imagine so. You must be absolutely shattered from that race. 28 laps, and it might have took you all 28, but you definitely made it count. Our winner at the Circuit of the Americas, and I'm going to hand over to David to interview, will it be our third place driver this evening? And in that case, it will be Noto Idot.
Hi, good night, everyone.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
Cruz.
great race, Amy.
Absolutely, congratulations to Ali Ferrari. He has just left, but never mind. I'm sure he can watch it back. Great win from the Mercedes driver. But we'll move on to P3 then. So in P3 is Noko. He got congratulations to you, Noko.
Yeah, thank you.
So for the longest time, it looked like I don't mean to sound harsh, but it looked like you couldn't quite match the pace of the top three today, being Ali, Ads, and AMS Drive. But towards the end, obviously it came with you. So obviously you drove very good race, very clean race. What were your thoughts on getting up to those guys early on and not quite being able to match them?
Yeah, as you said, I didn't have that much pace. The safety car quite helped me a bit, and obviously when ads spun. But yeah, not that much pace. Yeah, not much to say about it, but yeah, wasn't as fast today.
Yeah, but I couldn't go without mentioning the absolute great defensive performance from your teammate tonight. I would ask, was that premeditated? I kind of know it was, but do you want to talk us through the what the team orders were tonight?
We didn't really have any team orders, unless we talked about before the race if he could help me, and yeah, I said yes, and it worked out pretty well. He helped me pretty much through the whole, not half the race, the whole race, and I think yeah, Drobel seemed to have pretty good pace, so yeah, objects, yeah, really good today.
Yeah, and we'll move on once again to Mexico next week. Yoho, Mexico, far to the west where the cactus grow and all that. So Mexico, what are your thoughts on the track? Is it one you enjoy, and is it going to be where you really cement a P2 in the championship, do you think?
I don't really like the track so much. I mean, I think it can go pretty well. I know I have some pace because I had a league race maybe a week ago and went quite well. So yeah, maybe P2.
Well, that's looking good for you, and of course I wish you the best of luck. So congratulations to you on your P3 today. A little bit of fortune, but we definitely take that, especially after Ferrari's real life season. So congratulations to you. I'll pass it on to Cruiser to interview P2 today.
Thank you, David, and well done to yourself, Norco. Just kept yourself to yourself and ended up with third place, albeit with a slight bit of luck your way, as David said. But moving on from one fortune to another bit of unfortunate, AMS Drive, my heart goes out to you. 27.5 laps, you controlled that race, and just the final sector, and I'm sure you must be absolutely heartbroken with that.
Yeah, I mean, such a long race. I feel like I didn't really put a foot wrong. I think I led every quali session, and then no, I didn't. Sorry, that's a complete lie. But yeah, I mean, the tyres were absolutely gone at the end. So yeah, what can I say? Did my best, but not quite enough.
Of course, as well, you controlled that race brilliantly, but the safety cars didn't really help your team's cause too much either, with you having to double stack with ads. But was there going to be team games to try and help yourself pull away from Ali Ferrari, or was it really just a case of whoever was in front would get the priority for the just for the pit stops and just to control the race in general?
Well, we didn't really have any team orders going into it, but sort of feeling out in the first stint, obviously I got a shocking start as normal, but came back a little bit and noticed kind of a difference in setup. Me going with Ali, I think, quite higher downforce setups and adds a bit faster in the straight line. So it was good that I was able to get past him, and then what the plan was to use him as kind of a buffer. Like, he was going to be impossible to pass for Ali if Ad stayed in my DRS. So that was kind of the plan, and then safety cars, and then you had other drivers into the mix when they didn't pit, and so kind of went to shit. But yeah, that was the plan.
And just again, the same question as with our last two drivers, on to Mexico. Surely looking for a response, I'm sure, from what happened this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to absolutely grab hold of these final few races. Definitely important with the momentum. Mexico, definitely a good one. Today was a bit of a surprise, but Mexico will definitely be good, definitely be strong.
And there you have it, an absolutely heartbroken AMS Drive who drove the wheels off of that Alpha Tauri, but just wasn't enough to take victory today at the Circuit of the Americas. And I will now hand back over to David Lawface to round out tonight's broadcast.
Thank you very much, Cruiser, and congratulations to you, Mr. Toby Cyril, on your P2 tonight, and unlucky, of course. However, that is just going to be the end of the stream tonight. Of course, with the England match on tomorrow, that means the Tier 2 race will not take place. However, it will take place on Sunday night at 8 PM, and be sure to tune in for that. And with that, there's just one thing left to do, and that is to ask my co-commentator for his driver of the day. So, let the people have it.
Yeah, definitely a few contenders for this one. If I had to choose, I'm going to give it an honourable mention to quite a few drivers this evening. I'm going to give it first honourable mention to, obviously, Junu Vane. Drove a brilliant race, just wasn't helped at the end by that late safety car that saw him fall down the order. But still, he picked up points in his first outing in Tier 1, I believe, so not too bad. A second driver, I think, might get a shout out as well, is actually going to be Diamond Duchy as well. Our Tier 3 champion kept himself to himself and picked up a few positions late on in the race as well, helped out by that safety car, and as well, I think one more honourable mention too will go to, I think I might actually go to AMS Drive, obviously, for just for controlling the race so well until the final few moments. But I think the driver of the day is gonna go the way of Object Fungus, just for accepting his role in today's race and doing more than enough to help his teammate Norco extend that gap between himself and Drobo in that fight for P2 in the overall standings.
Yeah, it was a real show of great defensive driving from Object Fungus. Great Ferrari teamwork, and so for what it's worth, I agree. Also I wanna throw my own honourable mention, even though I mean bugger all to the driver of the day. I want to say ads just so unlucky. At the end of the day, the temptation to add to my turn 17 counter was too much, and he found And there he is. He's number 8. The final counter was number 8, and so well done to everyone, and no available controllers. Thank you, game. Anyway, that is all we've got time for. I think that's the first time that's ever happened in interviews. So we've obviously gone on for too long. Oh dear. Oh dear. Anyway, that's all we've got time for. Tune in on Sunday night at 8 o'clock to watch the Tier 2 race around the Circuit of the America. I have been David Lolface and joined by
Bruiser 1872, and tonight I will do the outro properly. Thank you from all of us here. Oh dear, I've not done it properly at all. Oh, for God's sake! Can we run it back?
Please, but yeah, all right. We'll cut it. We'll cut it in post. It's fine. It's. What do you mean we're live?
Right. Right. Go again.
And my very capable commentator.
Bruiser 1872. Thank you everyone for watching, and from all of us here at FPRL. Good night.
Good night. Up the England.